So welcome to this lecture. So in this lecture we are going to connect our buttons to our main activity. So let's start this lecture by switch back to your Android Studio. So in previous lecture we have specified all the buttons, that is left navigation button, record button, play button and a right navigation button. So in this lecture I am going to add these buttons, means connecting this button with the ID to our main activity. Now I am going to click on this record button, that is this one. Inside of this I am going to specify the on-click event, that is record. And again inside of the play button, that is this one, I am going to also specify the on-click event and I am going to specify the play. Then you need to click on this red bulb icon and create a play view in main activity. Just click on the second option. So what it does, it will create a method inside the main activity for you. Simply just again click on this activity main.xml and just go to the record button, this one. Again just click on it, a red bulb will appear, just click on it and just again select the second option. Then it will create a record method for you. Then again go switch back to main activity, then go to the top of the main activity. Just from here you need to specify some variables. So I'm going to type button, that is left navigation, then comma, then right navigation, then again hit comma and type record button, which is used for the recording, and hit comma and type a play button, then semicolon. Also prefix the private at the front of this. Now then we need to initialize all these buttons inside our onCreate method. So just scroll down to the onCreate method. So you need to initialize all the buttons. So first left navigation, just hit a tab, typecast it into the tab, then typecast into button, then find view by ID and hit r.id. That is left BT left navigation, semicolon, then again type right navigation and typecast into button, so that we in a safer side don't get any error while try to run the application. Then r.id. Then pt right navigation and hit semicolon. Then there's a record button. There's a record button. Then again you have to specify button and find by ID and r.id. And then we need to specify bt record. Then there is the last button, which is the fourth button, our play button, equals to, we need to specify button, then find by ID and r.id. bt play recording, then hit a semicolon. Now it's time to set the listener to this button, that is left navigation and right navigation. So I'm going to set the listener to these both buttons. So what I'm going to do, I'm just simply type left navigation dot set on click listener new view dot on click listener. And again I'm going to specify the listener to the right navigation button as well. Right navigation set on click listener, that is new. Again I'm going to capital V view on click listener. Inside this we need to write the code to control the scroll property of the horizontal scroll view. So the ID of our scroll view means the variable name of our scroll view is scroll view. So here we have initialized our scroll view. Now it's time to use the scroll view inside this left navigation set on click listener method. So I'm going to type scroll view dot scroll to, and here I'm going to typecast into int, and then I'm going to type scroll view dot get scroll x, and I'm going to subtract it with 30, which is minus 30. Then again I'm going to specify a comma, and here I'm going to again typecast into int. Then again need to type a scroll view, that is second one, dot then get scroll x, tab on it. That's it for the left navigation code. Now it's time to write the right navigation code as well. So again I'm going to type scroll view, that is the second one, dot scroll to, and here into typecast into int, just between the braces, that is int. And again inside of this I need to specify scroll view dot get scroll x, that is this one, and I need to specify plus 30. For left scrolling it is -8 with 30, and for right scrolling you need to add 30 to the scroll. Then again I am going to specify int for the typecasting, and then scroll view, the second one, dot get scroll y. So that marks the completion of our code for controlling the scroll property of our horizontal scroll view. Now if we change this value, that is -30 to -50 or 60, and this 30 to 60 or 70, then your scroll will move more faster. So now it's time to run this application to see the code in action. So here you can see that our application is up and running. So when I click on this right navigation button, so you can see that our scroll is moving. And now if I click on this left navigation, so you can see that now we are controlling the horizontal scroll view through these buttons. So if I click on more quickly, you can see that now if I change the values to like 60, and again I'm going to change this value to -60, then now let's see what will happen. So simply I'm again trying to run the application. Here you can see that our application is again up and running. So when I click on this right navigation button, now it's moved more faster than the previous one. And again I'm going to click on this left navigation button. So you can see that it moves more faster. So that's all about this lecture. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next lecture. Thank you.